Hello, how are you, makers? Katie here with Junk to Jewels and business coach to a lot of different makers. And hopefully in your group, if you're in this group, you know who I am. I think if you got here, you know who I am and what I do. So I'm a 12-year handmade business owner, and I love to share what I have learned. And a lot of times that's strategies and tactics for business. You know, what's working on social media, what you should be doing on Pinterest to get seen, how to make short form video. Today I have a talk that's a little bit different, but no less important, probably even more important. So give me 15 minutes of your time. I'm going to try to be brief and brilliant here. But I went to a business conference last week. It was kind of like a 2-day business intensive. And let me know in the comments, have you ever attended something like this? Like either a mastermind, a retreat, maybe you do like Chalk Couture and you went to a convention. Let me know. I'd love to see if any fellow people, if you have gone, if you dropped a yes in there, then you know the power of being in the same room with fellow makers, right? Like there's just something powerful about being in person. So side note, this business conference also solidified for me the need to have a mastermind, that there's people inside of our business coaching group that are ready to go to the next level, that need that level of accountability and in-person connection. So coming in 2023, spoiler alert, I will be hosting a mastermind for a small group of makers, and it'll include meeting in person. So that's coming, but that's not really what I'm here to talk about today. I'm talking about how what I learned at this conference, and it wasn't anything that was being taught, but it was such a big takeaway for me. So I know y'all are busy, but I appreciate your time. Okay, so I see some of my business coaching students here. Lacey, hey Christine, and I did talk about this inside my group. Every Monday I do a hour-long office hour for Q&A, and I try to, like, if I'm having like a motivational I don't know, a Monday motivation for you, I'll drop that in there too. And I talked about this, and it was impactful for a lot of those ladies. Some of them messaged me, a lot of them were leaving comments and stuff like that, how impactful this takeaway was, and I've got homework for you at the end, so it's going to help you implement this. So I went to this 2-day mastermind retreat situation, and I've always been really pretty intentional about getting into rooms with fellow business owners. So and every single time I up level, like where I am, it's just like these, I don't know, quantum leaps in my business, and I can identify, you know, when I met in person, and you know, just the exchange you can have with fellow business people. And I connected with a couple ladies there. I'm not going to use their names, but I actually will call one was E, and she does things that I don't understand. She does, I'd never heard about it, NLP, neuro linguistic pathways, and like hypnosis, and like healing through hypnosis and things like that. Like, it's a little out there for me, but she, you know, has this belief system. She leads people to breakthroughs. She, like, you know, is a master trainer at this. She helps other people learn how to do this, and really help people. And then the other lady, if we could not be more different, is, we'll call her S, and she leads Bible study and teaches not only how to study your Bible, but how to apply the things from the Bible in, like, how do you walk out that journey in being a wife, or being a business owner, or being a mother, you know, like practical applications of Bible and how to study it. So both have really strong belief systems and successful businesses in leading people to breakthroughs. You know, E will help people have breakthroughs that change their lives and businesses, and S, you know, leading people to a closer relationship with God, and having a more fulfilled spiritual life. Like, both of them, incredible women, incredibly strong belief systems, and that. Okay, let me check the comments here. Hey, Maria, and hi, Misty and Joanne. So some of you who are in Handmade Business Insiders heard this yesterday. I know Joanne said she was going to do the homework. Did ya? Not yesterday, Monday, right? But this has just been on my heart because I think even though I shared it inside the Handmade Business Insiders group, or in my paid business group, I wanted to share it here too because I just think it's so important for people. And I hope it's going to make a difference for some of you who have been perhaps struggling in business, all right? So we're getting there. So I could see that E over 2 days really was kind of spinning out. I guess that's what I would say, like where you just get stuck on something and you can't find a solution. She had a really hard time making decisions, just deciding about the direction to go or what program she should offer or whatever. She didn't trust herself. Okay? I saw that. And then I saw S, how she really talked herself out of doing stuff because she was comparing herself to other people. Oh, so-and-so has a Bible study, or she offers this Bible teaching thing, and it's probably, better than mine. And so, she would just shrink herself, even though she knows what she is doing. That's her calling. That's the space she should be in. Instead of going all out, she was making herself small and even self-sabotaging sometimes. Does this either one what's the word? Resonate with you? Like either you're spinning out, you don't trust yourself to make business decisions, you're afraid of doing things wrong, or you have perfectionism like E, right? Or like S, are you intimidated by seeing other people in your space, or there's too many competitors, or there's already people doing what I do, so why should I do it, right? So a lot of us, we have our belief system, we have faith, we have a divine belief, right? We have confidence in God or whatever you believe in. But we do not have, I won't say the same sort of belief, but any sort of belief in ourselves, right? Or a very low self-confidence. So we shrink, we dim our light, right? Like S is not putting herself out there because she's like, oh, so-and-so might think I'm like copying them, or oh, she's already doing that. So she just makes herself very, when she has an idea, she doesn't put it out there because what will people think of her, or that kind of thing. So you can probably resonate with one or the other. You'll have to let me know. Okay? So I just think that so many of us are settling for being small, for memberships that are smaller than we want it to be, settling for just leftovers rather than pursuing our thing 100%, right? And so I know I do this, just to be really transparent. I have a hard time showing up on like Reels and TikToks and things like that, and I really just self-sabotage myself because I'm like, oh, my hair's not perfect. I got no makeup on today. I'm going live with crazy hair and no makeup. So there we go. I'm not shrinking or staying small today. I'm being visible just how I am. So I'll be like, that's progress this week. And that's part of like looking at these two ladies and like really learning lessons. And by the way, I did not tell this to them. So y'all, shh, if you know E or S. And I've really had to tell myself that being unapologetically me, or being unapologetically you, Missy, is not unladylike. It's not cocky. It's not unholy. It is, God wants us to be confident. He created us to have this belief and trust in ourselves. And he really gives us permission to go all out, right? He's like, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. You have permission. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is not a practice test. We're like, you get one wild and crazy life and we are doing it, right? Let me look at your comments here. Sorry, I have notes on my screen, so I'm like looking those, so I'm toggling back and forth. Oh, Lacey missed office hour. Okay, so this is the best part of office hour this week, okay? Heather Davis, how are you? I owe you a text. Friend. Shanna is here. Misty says, I can talk myself out of so much stuff. I'm not confident at all. I think that's so true. And you're amazing at what you do, Missy. And you have, talents, skills, worth ethic. You deserve to be seen and make an impact. And we just don't give ourselves permission because we're just so worried about different things. I don't know. Shanna says, my first live was without my front teeth because of it. I don't know. The dentist was closed. Oh gosh. Yeah. There you go. I love it when I hear your stories about y'all being brave. But I want to give you some homework. So, this will hopefully help you see some beautiful things about yourself, and will start to build some of that confidence so you can just live full out, right? Permission slip granted, to make your full impact in life. So we're going to do a little bit of homework, and this was hard for me. Okay, I'll be 100% honest. Writing down anything physical that I like about myself is super hard, okay? Sometimes I can recognize things like I work really hard, and that's a compliment I can give myself. So we're going to write down 5 things, 5 compliments for yourself. You don't have to type them in the chat, but if you want to type one in the chat and encourage some other ladies, we're not being cocky, we're just building each other up, right? And I bet your friends and family could come up with 5 compliments really quickly, but when it comes to complimenting ourselves, it's a hard challenge sometimes. It's a hard challenge sometimes. So we're going to write down 5 things that we love or admire about ourselves, and it has to include both outward, physical body things, and inward things, whether it's skills or character traits or whatever you love, admire about yourself, something fantastic about yourself. I want it on that list. And I just want you to find 15 minutes today or tomorrow, maybe after you're done with this, or maybe you got a list started now. No Rex if you're listening or something like that. Some of you are tuning in maybe while you're painting. Look at this crazy hair. For me, I have the best ideas. I always think when I'm in the shower. I don't know how to take notes in the shower. But go for a walk. I love to sit on my back porch. That's my best journaling time, or I love to have my morning coffee out there. And I want you to think about characteristics, physical appearance things. What do you love about yourself? Are you I'm trying to think. Sorry, I was are you your work ethic is really good? Are you really generous? Are you, whatever it may be, right? Joanne got 4 out of 5. It's really hard to come up with this. Yes, I know it is. So take some time, get a little bit quiet and still, or go wherever you get your best ideas, and make that list of 5 things. That's your homework, because I think that will start to build some confidence. And read over that list. If you have a daily devotional time or something like that, read over that list and remind yourself about just a few of the awesome things that are you, okay? Because I don't want you missing not your opportunities, because I don't think we miss opportunities, but I think what I would say is I think that the myth of perfect timing is just that. It's a myth. The timing is never going to be perfect. We're always going to have an excuse. If we let those excuses hold us back from pursuing right now, we just miss out. And so I think I do that. Self-sabotaging myself, not showing up on TikToks and Reels. I got to do it. Y'all keep me accountable, right? So, okay, I love this. Joanne's sharing some of hers. She says she's friendly. She likes her laugh. That's a good one. That's a good one. I could probably take that one. I love that I giggle. I love my giggle. She's passionate and determined. Oh, good. I think you're very generous with your knowledge, Joanne, and that you are a learner, an avid learner. You're looking to get better and to... you're hungry for knowledge, and I think that's a really cool thing about you. Yeah, Christine. Low self-esteem is the killer. Yeah. That comparison to other people just will steal your joy. I think that's part of a low self-esteem. We look at the highlight reel of everybody else on social media and we think, oh, she's got it all together, or her business looks amazing, or she's selling like crazy, and it makes us feel worse about ourselves. So I also give you permission, if we're just writing permission slips today, to unfollow anybody who brings up feelings like that for you, okay? And it's not about them, it's about you, right? Like, I just can't consume, I noticed that, like, I've been on this weight loss journey, right? I hit 80 pounds, okay? I'm pretty excited about that. But I still, like, for me to follow people who are a size 4, makes me feel bad about my body. And it's not about, I realize they are beautiful. She is showing great, like, I love fashion and apparel and, like, all those things. But for me to watch somebody who is a size 4, and that brings up bad feelings about myself and makes me feel like, oh, I have so far to go, and like, she's so tiny and I'm huge. Like, I can't follow that. I have to unfollow. I have to protect my own mental health. So that's 100% transparency. And so be 100% transparent with yourself. I know it's weird to do on a Facebook Live, but I promise it would only take 15 minutes. We're at 16, so I'm not going to hog the rest of your day. But I hope that hearing about these other ladies who, like yourself, are full of gifts and talents and have businesses created to, make a positive impact, and either on your family or the people that get your products and stuff like that, hearing about them and all the awesome things they're doing, and still seeing over 2 days, when you really get to know somebody, well, and it takes more than 2 days, but spending 2 full days with somebody, you start to get below the highlight reel stuff, right? You realize we all got stuff, right? And really, lack of self-confidence manifested in different ways is holding them back in their business. So if we can make this breakthrough and start to realize that self-confidence, like, God created you. You are awesome. You were created in His image. You're awesome. He doesn't make junk, and He created you to fulfill this purpose that you're uniquely created to fulfill. And so we criticize ourselves, but that's just the way He made you. And you're that way for a reason. And I want you to go out and live big, shine bright, fulfill those dreams, goals, make an impact. And I hope that this was helpful for you. I'm feeling very free in a lot of ways after just kind of like harnessing this and being like, I'm not living for a dress rehearsal. I'm not waiting for the perfect opportunity. I'm just going for it. I'm going for it. And so I hope you'll join me in that. Do your homework. Let me know if you're committed to doing the homework. You don't have to, again, post all your things here. I would love it if you did. Even just one awesome compliment for yourself would be fantastic. But take some time to reflect on yourself. And I know it's a busy time of year, and a lot of us are feeling stressed and burnout. Fourth quarter's real as a maker. But anyway, I'm getting wrapped up, Valen. So Valen, like, I'm looking forward to hear you say your name out loud, because then I will never get it wrong, Valen. Yeah, we have Makers Week going on inside the membership as well. So we have every single day free SVGs and tutorials from some SVG designers who are in our group. And yeah, we've had every day just been blessed with some really awesome awesomeness, and I can't wait till you get to pour it out. All right, happy Wednesday. Hopefully this gets you through your hump day, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.